But when they reach the scene of crime, McCavity's not there.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most spine-tingling show tunes that could easily feature on the soundtrack of our nightmares.
I'm here! The guilty inside your head!
Number 10, Dead Mom, Beetlejuice.
But dead mom, I gotta ask, are you really in the ground? 'Cause I feel you all around me.
Leave it to an ancient demon to interrupt a somber occasion to draw attention back to himself. But that's exactly what Beetlejuice does when he explains the whole being dead thing.
That's the thing with life, no one makes it out alive!
And while that's creepy in a more kooky way, Lydia's solo Dead Mom later on leaves us feeling more ill at ease. Lydia misses her late mother, and she's frustrated that her dad's forcibly trying to move on.
Daddy's moving forward, Daddy didn't lose the ball.
She implores her mom to help her through the loss. It's a dark recognition of the grief cycle and how everyone handles it differently. Sung with a fervor from the depths of her soul, Lydia's sorrow leaves audiences with goosebumps.
Go insane, the things that change. Whatever it takes to make him say your name, Dead Mom.
Number 9, Molasses to Rum, 1776.
You dance with us, we dance with you, in molasses and rum and slang.
1776 follows the Founding Fathers in the lead-up to the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. In one of its darkest yet most powerful moments, Edward Rutledge, a delegate from South Carolina, sings about how the sanctimonious northern colonies claim they're anti-slavery, but continue to profit from it.
'Tisn't morals, 'tis money that saves. Shall we dance to the sound of a profitable pound?
The lyrics call out false virtue, while the melody mirrors the atrocities of the slave trade. The song packs a strong political punch that feels as bleakly relevant today as it did when the musical first premiered in 1969.
Hail slavery, the New England dream.
It's striking, commanding, and devastatingly unsettling. Sung well, this song can make listeners' hair stand on end.
Hail Boston! Hail Charleston! Who stinketh the most?
Number 8, Down Once More, Track Down This Murderer, The Phantom of the Opera.
Down once more to the dungeons of my black despair. Down we plunge to the prison of my mind.
During the eerily charged The Point of No Return, Christine realizes that her co-star isn't who she expected.
What's the point of no return? The final threshold.
She unmasks the Phantom, inciting his outrage. As he forces her to his lair, he sings about how his seat of sweet music's throne is actually a prison separating him from an unforgiving society. The song is filled with so much anger, resentment, and pain. Layered on top of the chorus's mob cry, it's terrifying. It also leads to the final confrontation, where the Phantom forces Christine to choose between him and Raoul. It had us wishing we'd booked the matinee because we weren't getting any sleep with the Phantom's chilling voice inside our minds.
It's over now. The music on the
Number 7, Tomorrow Belongs to Me, Cabaret. This song is so bone-chillingly terrifying because it highlights just how dangerous political indifference can be. While Sally Bowles tells audiences that life is a cabaret, something far more sinister is happening outside the Kit Kat Club. We see a young man singing a folksy-sounding tune.
Together greets the storm. Tomorrow belongs to me.
But soon enough, we discover this isn't your average patriotic song. And as more voices join the chorus, the tone becomes increasingly ominous and its message ever more threatening. It exemplifies how the Nazis commandeered German culture and indoctrinated much of its coming-of-age population. Unfortunately, some far-right groups have since begun using the song for their purposes, showing its message remains frighteningly relevant today. Number 6. Why We Build the Wall, Hadestown.
Why do we build the wall? My children, why do we build the wall?
You might be thinking that this song was inspired by a certain recent US administration, but no, it was actually penned about a decade earlier.
That song is one of those songs that kind of wrote itself, and I've been playing that song for years and years, and never expected it to feel new again.
Still, it's rather alarming how timely it is. Even the call and response between Hades and his followers feels eerily current. Indeed, Hades joins a long history of fear-mongering leaders seeking totalitarian control.
How does the wall keep us free?
How does the wall keep us free? The wall keeps out the enemy.
He uses his walled-in world to brainwash his followers and keep them in line in exchange for perceived stability. The soporific melody and Hades' hypnotic voice are trance-inducing.
The enemy is poverty, and the wall keeps out the enemy. And we build the wall to keep us free. That's why we build the wall. We build the wall to keep us free.
Do you find yourself absent-mindedly singing along with the workers? Creepy, isn't it? Just the fact that it seems so real makes it all the more chilling.
We build the wall to keep us free.
Number 5. Our Love Is God, Heathers the Musical.
But when the morning comes, we'll burn it down and then we'll build the world again. Our love is God.
We can't talk about Heathers without taking a moment to spotlight Dead Girl Walking.
Before they punch my clock, I'm snapping off your window lock. Got no time to knock, I'm a dead girl walking.
But somehow, that isn't the musical's creepiest number. Taking a direct quote from the 1989 black comedy,
Our love is God. Let's go get a slushie.
the writers penned a romantic ballad, Our Love Is God, with a very menacing undertone. However, those undertones soon become more apparent.
We're what killed the dinosaurs. We're the asteroid that's overdue.
By the end, even Veronica can't really ignore the red flags anymore.
I worship you. I'd trade my life for yours. We'll make them disappear. We'll plant a garden here. Our love is God.
It starts softly enough, but as the song builds, our nerves become more fraught, especially since JD's unnerving calmness never falters. That all changes in Meant to Be Yours, where a grieving and desperate JD sings a chaotic melody that mirrors his psyche and takes audiences to a really dark place.
We'll watch the smoke pour out the doors. Bring marshmallows, we'll make s'mores. We can smile and cuddle while the fire roars.
Number 4. Lonely Room, Oklahoma.
The floor creaks. The door squeaks. There's a field mouse a-nibbling on a broom.
Judd Fry is a lonely and troubled farmhand who's developed an obsession with Laurie. If you've only seen the 1955 film adaptation, you might not be familiar with this song. It's quite bleak, so we wouldn't be surprised if that's why they chose to omit it.
And the girl that I want ain't afraid of my arms, and her own soft arms keep me warm.
But in the musical, it follows Poor Judd is Dead, which sees Curly cruelly taunt the farmhand.
Poor Judd is dead, poor Judd Fry is dead. All gather round his coffin now and cry.
This only makes Judd more resolute to gain Laurie's affections. The lyrics of Lonely Room depict a man who wants to be loved.
I'm awake.
In a lonely room.
But it's sung with an ominous intensity, making our skin crawl. We can't help but feel uneasy over what drastic steps he might take to achieve his goal.
Get me a woman to call my own.
Number 3, Confrontation, Jekyll and Hyde.
Till the day that I... Do you really think that I would ever let you go?
In Facade, audiences are put on edge as the ensemble points out that we all hide behind a mask of sorts to fit in. But when Mr. Hyde comes alive, he has no interest in hiding. Instead, he ponders why being bad feels so good.
But blazing with light, it's the feeling of being alive. Kill is evil, but truly alive.
Lucy also contemplates her entanglement in his dangerous game.
It's a sin with no name,
Like a hand in a flame.
and our senses proclaim it's a dangerous game.
But does it get darker or creepier than Confrontation? Jekyll and Hyde fight for control in the ultimate fight between good and evil.
I live inside you forever, with Satan himself by my side.
And since both roles are typically played by the same actor, the way it plays out on stage is spectacular. We all have to silence our inner voice sometimes, but this is like something out of an anxiety-fueled nightmare.
Take all your evil deeds and rot in hell!
I'll see you there, Jekyll.
Never!
Number 2, Supper Time, Little Shop of Horrors.
He's got your number now.
I saw everything.
He knows just what you've done.
Look, it's there in the title. No one was expecting songs about sunshine, rainbows, and smelling roses. Instead, we get a number about cold-blooded dentist Orin Scrivello that's equal parts disturbing and total bop.
I am your dentist, and I enjoy the career that I picked. I'm your dentist, and I get off on the pain I inflict.
But we know one bloodthirsty plant who knows how to deal with his type. Yeah, Audrey 2 convincing Seymour to go along with its plan is morbid.
If you wanna be profound, then you really gotta justify. Take a breath and look around. A lot of folk deserve to die.
Wait a minute!
But things get even worse when Seymour's boss, Mushnick, wants answers regarding Orin's disappearance, only to become Tui's next meal.
Come on, ain't no time to be squeamish. Come on, I swear on all my spores. When he's gone, the world will be yours.
Okay, Seymour, let's...
And what about when the plant takes things into its own stems? Vines, tentacles, and lures Audrey into its trap too. We don't know about you, but we pretty much cleared our homes of all plants after that.
Just knock. Knock?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The Pitiful Children, Be More Chill. The squib taking over is more chilling than Jill.
And get inside those brains, let's save the pitiful children. Whoa.
Spooky Mormon Hell Dream, The Book of Mormon. An eerily hilarious send-up of the dream sequence.
Down, down, thy soul is cast from the earth whence forth
Kiss of the Spider-Woman, kiss of the Spider-Woman. Once you're in her web, there's no way of escaping her kiss.
And you're aching to move, but you're caught in the web of the Spider-Woman. In her velvet cape, you can scream, but you cannot escape.
My name, Oliver. Bill Sikes, the name that leaves theatergoers cowering behind their playbills.
Rich men hold their £5 notes out. Saves me emptying their coats out. They know I could tear their throats out just to live up to my name.
And Eve was weak. Carrie. Carrie's mom's fight song against the Crimson Tide.
You're a woman now. Pray to heaven for your wicked soul. The raven came to plague the world. Its name was sin.
It's not a sin.
Its name was sin.
Oh, Mama, it's
Its
not
name
a
was sin.
sin.
Begin.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, My Friends, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
These are my friends. See how they glisten. See this one shine.
The show's opening number introduces us to Sweeney Todd, a barber we eventually learn is seeking revenge on Judge Turpin, who destroyed his family.
He served a dark and vengeful God. What happened then? Well, that's the play, and he wouldn't want us to give it away.
He meets Mrs. Levitt, a pie shop owner, who reunites him with his razors. Let's just say when a man sings a number dubbed My Friends to a collection of blades, it's time to back away.
Home and we're together, and we'll do wonders, won't we?
That's especially true when he sings about them dripping rubies and isn't talking about precious gems. Later on, when the judge escapes his clutches, Todd has an epiphany that all mankind should pay for their sins.
Because the lives of the wicked should be made brief, for the rest of us death will be a relief. We all deserve to die.
An eerily short amount of time later, he and Mrs. Levitt devise their plan. We've been carefully scrutinizing the ingredients of all pies ever since.
At last, my arm is complete again!
Which song leaves you sleeping with the light on? Let us know in the comments.
Say now spit!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.